begin Game 3 and try and fight their way back into this grand final series.
This is a best of 7. As a reminder, it's not a BO5, so this Game 3 is not an elimination game. And thank God, because it's been a really good set so far, but it does mean that this is going to start running up against the wire for Thailand. They need to change things now.
Well, Korea banning out the ARM, as always. They seem to... It's shown that J-Jack has not been successful on the pick, so they don't want to even allow Thailand the option. Both coaches taking their notes, deciding what they want to try and get rid of here. Thailand, of course, banning out the Omen, actually on red side. We usually see that as a blue side ban.
Yeah, but Thailand are just so sure they don't want Chaser on the Omen, and they're right.
Now, Chaser has been able to show up, especially with his flanks on the Scud in the last week so far during these quarterfinals and semifinals. He's been able to show up on stage. Korea banning out the Grak. Meanwhile, Thailand going to ban out the Zenial.
Again, Korea just don't want to let any major control characters through. That's why you ban Aram and Grak in succession, because they're the characters that excel at winning team fights solely based on pulling people around, pushing people in, and I would argue the Flash also falls into that category.
Now, my issue here is, TJ, for Thailand, they put themselves into a very difficult scenario. You either ban the Superman, but if that's the ban, Korea first pick the Lindis.
You're right, Korea are in a great situation, arguably.
Oh,
Lindis goes out to Korea gets Superman.
So Korea and Thailand leaving up the Superman. We did talk that these Eastern teams like to, leave up their. They feel confident.
No. We had this discussion. You said, "Why am I seeing Superman occasionally?"
I know.
Right.
I know.
The reason is because they play such good Omens and such good Graks that you can reliably shut down a Superman. Both Omen and Grak are banned. They're out. So Superman theoretically should be impossible to kill unless you're Team Korea and you're able to consistently and steadily pressure them out of the jungle and you have no fear of a Superman.
That secret pickup that most teams would love to have at any scenario. Now Korea are saying we can go toe-to-toe with the Superman. The teamy hover is there. I've liked the shift of playstyle for Hawk especially. This is Korea adapting, saying, you know what, Rush and Sun on the side lane have to be the ones that take all the pressure, take the gold, and exert it into these team fights. The teamy gonna get locked in.
Teamy so powerful for the team. Thailand making this, or following through on the suggestion I promoted earlier, picking up the Violet specifically to scare Korea over to something they're a little bit less comfortable on.
We saw Rush play it. It's a little bit disgusting, and I feel like if you're going to ban the Lindis, you might as well take the Violet, because that's the next pick for Rush. For Thailand, though, do they feel confident enough? I feel like you almost have to take this Superman now that it's for unless we're going to see...
Korea, this is such good mind games, because they're like, oh, Superman's so important, we're hyping it up here on the desk, and then Korea just shut you down and the Superman never gets anything. Do you pick it again?
I don't know, because I felt like Cherry just wasn't impactful.
No.
Wow. Okay, so Thailand saying we're not even going to pick up the Superman right away. Instead, getting the Chugnar, getting the Violet. Does Korea get Teamy and Superman in this draft?
They should.
And an Atlas.
They should.
This is a little bit disgusting. You see the claps, Korea, they're already saying, hey, this is pretty much game.
I don't disagree with them. That's a very, 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 very good draft.
The draft evolves. I just don't understand. We saw it yesterday with Chinese Taipei. Were they able to get a superstar lineup? Korea, they took a page out of that and said, hey guys, we want your pick and ban strategy because it's a little OP, and we're about to get Teamy and Superman.
I've said this before, I'll say it again. Korea have the most mind game focused drafts. They consistently seem to be able to get into their opponents' heads and force them to do weird things. And I think this is an example of it, because Thailand are pushed to a situation after that last game where they feel they have no choice but to play their own picks, no choice but to play their own meta. And when they do that, when they end up in a situation where they're just trying to play their own style, then they don't feel comfortable picking up characters like Teamy, like Superman, that aren't normally played by them because they're banned, because they're so powerful. Well, that may lead them to a devastating defeat here in Game 3.
Game 3, Korea up 2-0 in the best of 7 of the grand final of the World Cup. And they somehow secure Teamy and Superman, and now Alice to top it all off.
I bet they run a mage this time.
I feel like they could now. I feel like now it's the option to go ahead and actually run the mage. Thailand What do they try and answer with? Do they have something in their pockets they have not shown this entire tournament to try and go toe-to-toe?
You're waiting a bit late. If you have a super secret pocket strat,
yeah, you gotta do it now.
This is the deadline. And they're going for Tara, Scud, Jarknard. This will give them a lot of control. Like we said for Korea, when they opted not to run a mage, they gained a lot of push throughout the entire jungle just because they could constantly pressure it. But I don't know that's the right call here.
So Thailand gonna go ahead, lock in the Scud and the Tara. Korea, you're playing with my heart, son.
I'm not. Last time I got so excited to like talk through the viability of Omen for 3 minutes.
They put on the talent and we were both like, I guess it's happening.
It could very well happen, and if Korea have a composition where they can run something silly like an Omen and make it look super viable, and we've seen them do exactly that before, but they're playing with their heart again. They're going to run a mage. Yes, it's going to be Zill, maybe in jungle, maybe in top lane. Those are my 2 predictions.
Possibility is running the punish, so looking to invade after clearing out the waves for Korea. Locking in the Zill possibly. Taking their time here. A lot of decision making still on the table. Letting this run out, it would seem. They're taking their time. They're taking their patience. Yeah. Being very patient. There we go.
We talked about Korean mind games. Almost every single draft cycle for them, they've let all the way down. Especially the one where they got Superman Alice. They were just like, we're going to let you stare at this. We're going to let you watch us lock in 2 of the most powerful characters in the game against you.
Thailand, the Raz coming out here as the final pick for Thailand here in Game 3. Is that the answer, TJ?
Memarks has run the Raz in the past, specifically into the Grak, because when you are pulled in on the Raz, unlike many other mages, you have the utility and the knockback to survive, to stay safe. Here, I guess you could make an argument that it's a similar situation with how aggressive this composition can play around the Superman, but I don't think it's the best pick. I would have really liked to see them get a little bit more damage because they've got a lot of sustained characters right now. And I think all their damage needs to come from big flanks from Remix and 007.
Well, the stage is going to be set here for Game 3. Fist bumps all around for Thailand, still in high spirits as they try and look to fight their way back into the series here in Game 3. But they have a tall mountain to climb when you give over a Teamy and a Superman to Korea, who have adapted, have shown they can play against Thailand after being swept against them in the winners final, looking for vengeance and looking for their shot at the $200,000 prize.
A World Cup to play for, and Korea have just gotten an exceptionally good draft. Do Thailand have an answer? I guess we'll find out. Remix on the Scud is my player to watch. He's played exceptionally well throughout the evenings. If he can make something happen here, I guess I'm excited for him.
I'm interested to see how Cherry does on the Tara as well. We saw Sun do all right with it. It was able to exert pressure, and that was the key factor with it. Maybe they can use that to try and draw some attention to the side lane. But either way, we're going to go ahead, load on into Game 3 of our grand final. Korea looking to go up 3-0 in the series and look to take Game 4 afterwards to secure the World Cup title. Chaser already going to start off by pushing Moss back, but still no real follow-up at level 1.
By the way, Superman's very good, because what you can do is consistently push people out of position. Consistently, you have more knockback than any other character and more mobility than any other character. Now that Chaser, a very good Superman player, is playing him, watch for him to constantly get behind enemy lines and push them back.
I know the first time that I ever cast with you, TJ, we were talking about Superman. You say you're pretty much forced to not be able to play your character when you're into the 1v1, especially if you don't have any kind of slows or knock-up.
If the Superman gets the cooldown cycles going, just constantly knocking you back, you can get in a situation where you're basically infinitely stunned.
I see Korea, a little bit of a late invade after taking the buff away from Thailand. Going to come on back toward their jungle. Rush looking to farm up, going to be on the slims this time, so going to be looking to help set up plays for Chaser. Either way to the side, going to go ahead and clear this out. We do see J-Jack might have to be careful here. He's getting pinched on in toward the river.
This is too far.
See him getting caught out here. Thailand looking for the kill, but the double stun comes out. 007 though on the Violet. Going to help secure the kill. Kill credit goes on to Moss.
Beautifully done by 007, knowing exactly where it can be to finish off that pick for his team. And Korea, despite a very good draft, are now in a situation where they need to start turning things around because Thailand's early game is so important. Korea need to stay in control of their jungle. They can't take major team fights while doing it, so it's all about individual pickups, stopping Thailand before they feel comfortable grouping up. The fact that Thailand at any point in this game are ahead means they feel comfortable enough to do this. Take major objectives, like the Abyssal Dragon, and take team fights should Korea challenge for them.
Well, Abyssal Dragon, we started up here on toward the side of Korea as they are going to go ahead and pick that one out. Memarks has to be a little bit careful there. Got stunned up, ends up going back toward Korea. Korea, though, are not able to capitalize. Either way, though, Abyssal Dragon was secured here by Thailand. They got themselves the first blood. This is a 1,000 gold lead to start off game 3.
Here's the pressure, still aggressive from Thailand.
But they got to be worried about Chaser behind them because look at the play. They're going to go ahead, go directly onto Hawk. Doesn't even have his Being a Bro available. Only level 3. Chaser gets caught out, and Thailand pick up 2 kills in the Korean jungle.
Thailand maintaining this aggression, and that's what I meant when I said they've gotten out ahead, so now they're comfortable taking fights. The answer for Korea has to be what Sun's doing. Find pressure elsewhere, earn back the gold lead so you can play your trademark playstyle. The problem is Korea can only do that while ahead.
So now 3 kills for Thailand, starting off game 3 with blood at the 3-minute mark. Already more than what we saw for the first 10 minutes of our second game. Now looking to position themselves. Sun underneath this tower, going to get knocked up. You can see Thailand, they came here to play. Cherry going for the dive. Here comes J-Jack over toward the side, gets the stun on down. That will keep Sun alive.
Very well played by the Kilgroth of Sun. He's so good playing HP regaining characters. Kilgroth, when he pops his Enraged Spear, that's his second ability, gets a ton of lifesteal, and because Sun played that so well, he was getting all that lifesteal while also standing directly underneath the tower.
Rush over toward the side, taking a decent chunk of damage here. Chaser, though, still down toward that bot lane, going toe-to-toe, but you can see the pressure coming out from Thailand, going for these objectives, playing for the towers early, trying to get pressure up toward top side, though. You still have a bout going out between Sun and Cherry.
Both these characters can absolutely take a long-form fight. That's why Kilgroth versus Tara is so consistently a good battle to watch, because both of them regenerate. Both of them can take very, very steady battles around minion wave.
Abyssal Dragon looking to be started up here by Thailand. This will be their second one of the game. So far, so good, it would seem, here in game 3. Now up 2,500 gold. Moss looking for the invade. J-Jack has to be careful. 007 actually on this Violet has been able to farm up pretty aggressively so far in the game.
Oh,
Chaser caught out on the Superman, and that is the 4th kill going in favor of Thailand.
What do you mean? Superman's not powerful? He's easy to shut down.
It might be a curse, TJ, because both these teams so far not able to find success. You see Sun there actually going on back to steal away the buff from Cherry, who looked for the invade. Nice response there by Korea on the top side of the map, but the gold lead is starting to grow more and more, and the pressure's starting to come on through. You see Rush there, taken down to a quarter of his health. Thailand going for the engage. Hawk is being dragged all over the place. Sure, he'll have the resurrection, but he won't have a place to run either way, as now the mid lane tower also falls. Thailand starting to pick up the pace.
2 kills and the first tower of the game. Thailand are starting to look very good here indeed. Korea don't have the control they normally rely on at all.
Let's see this. This would be the second tower of the game, also going in favor of Thailand. Starting to really open up the bot side of the map. Sure, Korea try with Sun to go up toward the top side, trying to invade. But unfortunately, it would just seem that Thailand have the upper hand here.
Thailand reset. They fall back to their own jungle. During this time, normally Korea are spread out, playing aggressive, gaining control in these little tight squads. Korea here are playing all defensive, all in this jungle.
Hawk wants to go on to that backside. Chaser's able to get behind the team, push them back into Korea. But Thailand, they're still very far ahead at this point, and I don't think you want to be shifting all these carries onto J-Jack.
No, I don't think you do either, but it seems to be working when J-Jack's able to hold these towers consistently. I really do like the hissy fits have been so powerful in zoning. Yes, Korea are behind, but there's still those nice little touches that remind you they're a very, very lethal team.
And Mark's going to go ahead, come down toward the bot side of the map. You saw that KDA just a little bit earlier, 7.2 so far during the playoffs, looking to add a little bit more because the tower's going to fall, and Thailand going to go for the fight. Find 2 members of Korea, and even with the being a bro, that makes it 3 for Thailand.
2 players are resurrected and 2 are sent back to their graves. This high ground tower is going down, and Thailand have the base wide open.
That's a 7-minute high ground tower. This is something we would see Korea, Thailand looking to get themselves back into the series, taking game 3. And TJ, it seems we now have a series on our hands.
It seems we do, Opal. That is the series brought back in favor of Thailand, and I like to see them here on the stage. Yes, last game was good.